Welcome to another episode of Racing to Learn. We're a nonprofit that gets kids excited about math and science. We are just wrapping up work on our Baseltek NX2 brushless two-wheel drive truck. You can check out all of the videos on this truck and its siblings. It's also known as the Helion Conquest and the HSP Grampus, amongst a bunch of other two-wheel drive vehicles. Now I'm just taking off, we upgraded the wheels and tires. The ones that come on the stock are pretty abysmal. They don't have foams in them. So we put on these, why isn't this coming off? Okay, just had to push it on the screw. We put on these speed treads off of an ECX Ruckus, and I had to pop those off just to get to the inner suspension here. So we had one of the threaded ball links. Let me show you where's the stock setup here. So these ball links that hold on this non-adjustable suspension linkage. This one, whoa, you can see tore out of the plastic shock tower, the rear shock tower here. And basically this truck has been sitting on the shelf since. Now we took off an adjustable turnbuckle off of a Traxxas Slash. I'm not sure what the exact measurements are, but it's pretty close here. This is the front top. Well, actually, there's only one turnbuckle. There's one for the steering as well, but you can use any turnbuckle that is of the correct length here, and I could let me just measure it while we're at it. So the stock link is, let's see how long that is. That is 70 millimeters center to center there. So when you measure stuff like this, it's a little bit longer than that. Center to center, the exact center, it's probably 73-ish. Kind of interesting that they wouldn't choose a nice round number there, but it looks like it's 73 millimeters there. Center to center. So with an adjustable one, of course, we can adjust that to suit. We'll just do it so that the tires don't have any camber, or match the other side if there is camber. So what we ended up doing was we had to undo the 4 screws that go from the shock tower into the gearbox. Right, so the last one is kind of loosely put in there just to, so we didn't have to take it all the way out. Basically, we just had to get behind there, and we've captured the other end of this screw with 2 nuts. So you could use 1 nut. We just had this set of stainless hardware that we got off of Amazon IXL. We'll include the link to that, but basically this has been really handy because every time we lose a screw or replace a screw, we touch a screw, we replace it with a stainless version. And now I've got to find that one that fell on the ground here. Where did it go? And I had thread lock already on there. So it's probably somewhere on the ground. It couldn't have fallen far. Oh well. I will just go ahead and find another one. We're gonna clean up around here anyways, or we're continuing to clean up. So I think it was this size that I had gotten. Took the tire off and the wheel off just for better access. So to measure how large of a screw we should be using, we can just line this up over here. We're just going to capture it with a nut on the other side too. for extra insurance, I'm going to go with the next longer screw here. All right, that should be sufficient. So we can put a nut on the, nope, we still need more. Another nice thing about these screw sets is that you have flexibility of just going one size up. All right, there we go. That will give us enough to put a nut on the other side of it to capture it. And make sure that nothing happens. We did the same thing with our ECX Ruckus. You know, the problem with these suspension linkages, or, you know, when you have a screw just going in on one side, it can tear out and strip the threads and the plastic there, and then you're out of luck. That will have ended your run or your race, which is never fun. Or your bashing session, what have you. All right, so now we've got this nice stainless hardware in there, and it's a captured nut. We could put a washer on here for good measure. Why not, since we have all these washers anyways in that set. Just a dab of thread lock on here since it's metal going on a metal. And put on this stainless nut. It decides to cooperate with us. There we go. And we'll put this driver on the other side of that nut so we can tighten things up. All right. Okay, so now you can see the difference here between the two sides, before and after. So on this side, we've got the Traxxas linkage, captured nuts on both sides, or captured, you know, screws on both sides. That's the stock plastic link on the other side. I'm pretty sure we had put that nut on there to capture it, so the same thing didn't happen. But now the same thing happens on the other side. We've got a fix for that lined up. And we could do it proactively too, but we're not sure if we'll take the time. We've got other projects to work on around here. Oh, I should make sure that these screws are all the same length. Looks like they are. You never know when you assume. Okay, they are. All right, so I'm gonna put in these screws here. And, you know, Helion, you know, our local hobby town was still open. It would have been nice to get an aluminum upgraded one, not super essential on this truck. I mean, it's you know, it threads into, even if we had gotten an aluminum piece, it would thread into another plastic piece on the diff case. So then, you know, you lose the flexibility of that plastic piece, and it would therefore transmit the force into that plastic diff case, which would cause another point of failure, right? You know, I'd rather have a broken shock tower over a broken diff case, because that would be a lot more work to replace. All right, so I won't make you guys watch me replace, or screw in those last 2 screws here, but I just wanted to show you the pivoting action here, so that this is still free to pivot. You can pivot back and forth a little bit. Suspension is moving freely, right? It's nice that this truck comes with a brushless system and metal drive shafts. This is not a dog bone. It's not a CVD either. This is a universal, kind of a hybrid or stepping point between the two. But it's nice that it's a dog bone on one side and it's got at least a universal and not a dog bone on the other. I believe the Helion version, the Conquest, did come with a dog bone. I'm not sure why they did that. But let us know what you guys think of this video. We will get some running footage of this truck back on the road, or the dirt as it may be. So thanks again for watching. Let us know what you guys think, and we will catch you next time.